Hi, so we're reviewing some videos today, so be sure to pause the video, like, or leave a comment down below.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Anne-Marie Hayes with the TL2D podcast. Today, we're continuing our discussion about the importance of paying attention when you're driving. So we're going to be reviewing some videos, and please review along with us. I'll introduce you to the TL2D team. We have Jessica back.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica, and I'm the outreach coordinator.
And Christian.
Hi, I'm Christian, and I'm the web developer of the team.
And Lucas.
Hi, guys. I'm Lucas, and I am the sound editor of the team.
Okay, so Megan is our manager and producer, and she's going to roll the first clip.
Oh my God.
Oh no! Oh!
What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Okay, so what happened there?
I don't get why he did that. Like he's turning right, right?
Yeah, he was making a right turn.
I have no idea why he went to the other lane.
It looks like the person filming though, or the driver in the car that was being filmed, handled it properly. Something,
Yeah.
something terrible could have happened, but they braked, and yeah, it just looks like that looked like a crazy person.
It definitely looked like a crazy person.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thought process was behind that. I don't know how you get that distracted to the point where you are now in the lane of oncoming traffic. But I agree with Lucas. I think the person that had been recording was did whatever they could do to prevent an incident from happening. But
You have to wonder
Well-
if this isn't, someone that's inebriated somehow.
It could be.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could be
That's true.
somebody who is intoxicated and or on drugs. I mean, that's possible. But there's another possibility too. Hard to say because we know nothing about what happened there.
Yeah.
Clearly, our car with the dash cam had the green light, right? So the person coming the other way had a red light. My thought was that maybe it was someone who was visiting the United States from Europe and thought they were making a turn into the correct lane and then realized that they made a mistake
Yeah.
and pulled back into the other lane.
That's interesting. That's certainly the most charitable read you can you can give this person.
Yeah, you can see that he did not stop.
No, he didn't stop. He just kept going. And it didn't even seem to be really fazed by it. I mean, not that we
No.
saw what happened down the road, but he just, swung around and kept moving. It could be. And I guess the big thing about this is it really underlines the unpredictability of other drivers. Even when you're doing the right thing, you got a green light ahead, it's all good. People can come out of, and that's they say people come out of nowhere. Well, that guy really did. I don't know what he was thinking and pulled into the wrong lane. So that was my thought that but you always have to be prepared for that. And as Lucas said, I mean, I think the guy in our car did the right thing, just kind of slowed down, let the guy move around and commented, but, didn't take any other action.
Yeah, he's paying attention. The opposite.
Yeah, he was paying attention, and that was a lucky thing.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
The person filming is so nice.
Yeah.
Apologizing
he
for
handled
something
that
that's
pretty well.
entirely someone else's fault.
Sounds like a Canadian driver, right? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody kicks you. Oh, sorry. But that's kind of the Canadian way. But yeah, very polite and everything. But what do you think happened to the truck driver?
He didn't change. He didn't look at the blind spot. That's the
Clearly
common
not.
ones.
Definitely not.
Yeah. And I think trucks, like that's a small truck. Often when I say trucks, I'm referring to 18-wheelers. I think trucks, sometimes truck drivers have the sense that they're like the biggest guys on the road and they rule. And not so. You still got to be paying attention. And I think that everybody needs to pay attention to the road. And that guy clearly didn't check his blind spot. And fortunately, the other guy was not only polite, but paying attention.
I feel like both of these videos have shown us that even when exactly what you said before, even when you're doing everything right, you have to watch out for people around you. So it's not even so much that you being distracted, you could you know, not look over your blind spot, or you go into an oncoming traffic lane, but also just being aware of the drivers around you and not being distracted will also help. For example, the person in this situation who saw that the truck was coming, I believe honked their horn, or at least, you know, proceeded with caution.
Yeah, and slowed down a little bit to let the truck in, right? It's the person did let the truck in. But I think that's a really good point. And I hear from parents, you know, well, I don't really have to worry because my daughter's so responsible, my son is so responsible. These clips show that no matter how, as Jessica's saying, no matter how responsible you are doing the right thing, other people can be really unpredictable. And you need to be, you know, on your toes to deal with that.
Yeah, you can only control your car and your actions, not someone else.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Okay, next clip, Megan. Okay, so what do you think?
I think he looked at his right side and he saw that he has enough space to go to turn left, but he didn't look at his left side.
Yeah. Yeah, did the guy
Very
just
true.
not check?
Yeah, I didn't check.
I think that's possible. And I think that other car that turned in kind of blocked his vision a little bit.
Yeah.
And he hadn't looked before and didn't look again. And because he's not even rushing to get out. It's just slow-mo right into
Yeah.
on the path of the oncoming vehicle.
That's what I was going to mention too, is that when that car turns right into whatever the plaza or wherever they're driving, that's when that car started to pull out. So I think that's something else too, is you have to be aware of where you are in relation to the road and oncoming traffic, because maybe you're pulling up because, you know, somebody's maybe blocking your view a little bit, but it's honestly best to just stay, let the car pass, and then you have a clear view of both directions. Because yeah, he has a clear view of his right side, but I think it was Christian who said that he didn't look left. Whoever had said it, it's very clear that he was not looking to his left side.
But that it shows like the two perspectives. One is the guy coming out who looked in the wrong direction and then just kind of sauntered out in front of the other vehicle. The other one is that as you're approaching any kind of an interchange with a plaza or gas station or anything like that, that you need to be aware of people who might enter your path, who may not be paying attention. Because yes, it wouldn't be your fault, and you know, but there's still the inconvenience of having to have your vehicle repaired, and you know, all kinds of other stuff that you just really want to avoid. Not to mention, you just don't want to be in a collision. So up to you to be, you know, protect yourselves too. Maybe slow down if you see vehicles that might enter your path. Or once he saw that guy start to move, that maybe he should have been aware that, and not saying it's his fault, because clearly it's not. But
I also want to mention that there's an oncoming traffic, so it's good that he didn't decide to swerve to the left, because
yes,
that's gonna
yes,
be
that's right.
even more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is something we've seen in the past.
Do you think that he had time to brake and maybe prevent this? It doesn't look like he did.
I think at the point of impact, he really didn't. But
Yeah.
if he saw that somebody was coming out, and you know, I'd be keeping an eye on that vehicle,
Yeah.
and that might have helped him. Hard to say. I mean, clearly it wasn't his fault,
Yeah.
but to be aware of people who might enter your path, because I don't know, people are terribly distracted sometimes.
And you have to wonder if the person that was pulling out is okay, because he crashed into the driver's seat.
Yeah,
So that
that's
could have
true.
been that, you know, that's a really potentially lethal situation there.
Exactly. That's true. Okay, Megan, next clip.
Are more likely to have kids with weight problems. In other words, if you get your dad's jeans, you're also going to get his sweatpants.
103.5 WINZ, where Knoxville rocks.
What do you think?
This happens a lot of time, I think, like joining on a new lane and not looking if you have the enough space or the right speed to turn.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people misjudge maybe how fast a car is actually going or how much space that they have, that they aren't able to make the turn successfully. But you know, it didn't seem like there was any other traffic on the road besides these two cars. So it would have been better if the vehicle just let the car go by and then successfully be able to make the turn.
Yeah, There just didn't seem to be any rush. We can suppose that there was nothing behind that car. Why would you race to pull out in front? Well, didn't even race. I mean, it was foolish.
And especially how hard it seemed like the car who was filming had to brake. If there was like another car following behind, it easily could have been more
Yeah.
than one vehicle involved in a collision.
That's true. That's true. Can you play it one more time, Megan, please? So we still can't see him. That car comes up, and that guy must have had a stop sign. He didn't even make a decent turn. He pulled halfway into the other lane.
Yeah, he didn't stop and look. He just went straight.
He just pulled right out.
Yeah.
It seems like because that car is hidden until it starts to pull out. So I wonder if the car maybe just didn't even look properly to see if any cars were coming. Because it seems like when he is trying to, I guess, commit to making the turn, the car that's recording is very close.
Do you think there's a stop sign?
Yeah, there is a stop sign. I was in a car once with a lady who very educated, and she went through a stop sign, and I said, that was a stop sign. And she said, oh yeah, but it's only in my neighborhood. Like there's never any traffic here. And I was kind of blown away by that. It's how can you assume that because it's your neighborhood? And the longer story was she'd just gotten a new vehicle because she'd been involved in a collision where her vehicle was written off. So she was also telling me that story. Anyway, we don't see ourselves, and I think we need to do a better job of that. But this driver, whether they're distracted or whatever, they're accustomed to the road, and nobody's ever at that intersection. You don't know what the thinking was, but certainly misjudged the amount of space and the timing. Okay, next one.
Well, that looked like it could have been much worse than it ended up being.
I feel like I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that. I thought the car was just going to roll, but then it
Yeah.
rolled off, and then it's going across the road and then into somebody's house. That was a lot of things wrong in that scenario. And a lot of things that could have gone terribly wrong.
Why did the car roll down the hill? Kind of, why did the chicken cross the road? Why did the car roll down the hill?
It seems that they had forgotten to put the car in park.
Yeah. And it could be that, again, that sort of familiarity, right? Just going to grab something, and I don't know, didn't put the car in park, didn't set the handbrake, the parking brake, which in such a hilly area you'd think would be a really good idea. I don't know what that person was thinking. And but as Lucas said, it could have been way worse if there was anybody coming, or a pedestrian, or a bus stop across the road. I mean, anything that could have been a horrible, horrible situation.
That's immediately what made me nervous, was when the car started to what looked like roll across the street. Exactly, if there was a pedestrian, if there was another car coming, that would have been awful.
And I think this one really underlines the importance of being mindful in a car, because you don't think, I mean, it's not that big a deal. You're just going to get out, you're going to grab something, you're going to do, but it's like every step you take has to be mindful in a vehicle, because it's not only about you, it's about everybody else. And that could have been horrible. And it could have been averted if someone just put it in gear, put it in park, and they didn't do that.
Yeah, he's clearly not paying attention because most of the time drivers will park will shift their gear to park before leaving the vehicle.
Yeah, just not paying attention. And even something as simple as that has repercussions. So that's our last clip. on this topic for today, but it underlines the importance of being mindful when you're driving all the time, even when you're parking, and stopping the vehicle and being aware of everybody around you, whether you're the driver, a passenger, or a pedestrian. So any other last words?
Always remember to put your car in park.
And thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
This is TL2D signing off. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.